excited to introduce everyone to Cameo King, who is the founder of Grit, Glam, and Guts. And down below, we have Nia Cannon, who's a 15-year-old from Eastern High School who's benefited from your program, Cameo. So what is Grit, Glam, and Guts, Cameo?
Listen, you got the name right. You got the first part out of the way. Grit, Glam, and Guts. People tend to have a tongue twister with that, but it is an empowerment program for teen girls. We focus on girls ages 12 to 17, and we have three areas, which are self-identity, self-awareness, and recognizing and engaging in the power of your voice.
So Nia, you belong to Grit, Glam, and Guts. Tell me about your experience. What have you learned?
Well, at the beginning, I've definitely learned and gained a lot of good skills for the future, like communication and leadership, and how to really voice my own opinions and make myself heard, and how to really express myself more and be open to new opportunities.
I mean, why did you start this?
I actually started it. It was a part of another nonprofit. It was a project of a nonprofit, and I actually did it reluctantly. I never saw myself working with kids. I never saw myself working with girls, even though a prayer as a child was to be a big sister. But after our first year of doing a conference at Patton Gill School in Lansing, I could not see myself doing anything else, just creating a space and an environment for teens to be who they are, but also have that big sister, little sister relationship where they're getting great information, and they can talk about the topics they want to talk about, and we can give them the answers and the wisdom and the knowledge from our own experiences.
So how did the name, which is a tongue twister, as you said, Grit, Glam, and Guts, come about?
Because I thought about what are the components, right, that make you successful in life, right? And oftentimes we need grit, like we need the hard work to get things done. And how do you teach hard work? How do you make sure you're continuously working after something, even after 10 years? You need guts. To me, guts is kind of like faith. You need to be able to step out and be bold enough to be yourself, to be bold enough to go after your dreams. And glam is really the beauty from our experiences. Sometimes we think glam is just the outer and how you look. I think that is a part of it, and you should value how you look, but it's really about the compassion that comes from your experiences, the compassion about accepting someone else who may be different from you, the compassion about really building a strong community.
Nia, I want to know your experience. Tell me some of the things that you've personally taken away.
I have learned how to open myself up more. Doing this whole thing has definitely changed me as a person, because I remember early in the summer, I was not that outspoken. I was quiet, shy, and really didn't voice myself as much. But now I do put myself out there more and make myself heard in ways that I was taught.
Can I share something about Naya? I want
Yeah.
So I worked with Naya over the summer, and one thing, the nickname that I kind of gave her was kind of like the quiet storm, because in the beginning she was very quiet. She comes off as, I don't want to say shy, but very observant. But when Naya is put in a place where she can excel and she knows, or even when she's challenged, she is a totally different person. And I saw that blossom. I saw that change over time. And that's, so in my mind, because I sat back one time, I said, wow, is this the same Naya that started the program? And so I kind of she reminds me of kind of like a quiet storm.
So how do people get more information about your program? How do people sign up for your program? Is it free? How does that all work?
So there are several ways you can get involved with Grit, Glam, and Guts. One of the most popular ways is through our conference we have every year. And this was pre-COVID, right? We used to have a conference every year on the campus of MSU, Michigan State University. And we also had after school programming, and we also had a week-long camp. But now we're doing something a little bit different. And I actually have an example here, because we couldn't necessarily have people in person. We have what's called a dream box, right?
Awesome.
Yes, the Great Glam and Guts Dream Box. And so it's a box that comes to teens' homes every 3 months, and it's filled with a couple of items. And they're everything from like affirmation cards to t-shirts to a dream girl kit. But those can come to teens' homes, and we still have that sisterhood. We still have that community. We still have mentors that pour into the lives of girls through this program. And so you can do all that. You can connect to us anyway if you just head to our website, and you'll get our newsletters when we send them out, and they'll inform you about our different programs. We also have like an online program, something that Naya participated in over the summer as well. Sometimes it's specific to, just Michigan or just Lansing, and then sometimes it's nationwide as well.
That's incredible. I mean, when you get that box, Naya, what's that like?
When I first looked at it, I was really surprised at what was in there. And like having all these things there, like the journal and the t-shirt and the pins, especially the journal. It's definitely something that I needed personally to be able, if I couldn't express myself in word, like out loud, I could do it on paper. So I know definitely that would help a lot of other girls. And I was just thinking like, wow, this is really nice. And I think it will definitely be beneficial to other teen girls like me.
Naya, has it changed your life?
Yes, actually, it has. And I am very grateful for that.
So if parents are listening, or maybe there's a teenage girl listening right now, what would you want to say to them?
Being a teen now is definitely hard, but with the right resources, support, and community, it could definitely be better, and you can reach your full potential with everything going on. So
That's awesome. Grit, Glam, and Guts. Cameo and Naya, we always end every interview by asking the same question. I'm going to start with you, Cameo, so you can think about this. Naya, Cameo, tell me what you're grateful for.
I'm also very much grateful for community. Community is how you and I got connected, Bob. Community is how I am familiar with your work. Community is how Great Glam and Guts keeps going and continues to grow through the support of community members, through the support of volunteers, and just through the folks who believe in the program and also trust me with their daughters when we're pouring into them. So community, I'm grateful for community.
Naya, what are you grateful for?
I am grateful for my family and friends and the other adults that I have that have created the safe space and support system I needed for me to fully express myself and reach new opportunities.